All right, it's Saturday. Welcome to Bryce Unplugged. This is me unscripted, unpolished, just me showing up and just talking about doing real life with Parkinson's. And I'm glad you're here. So, I was thinking a lot this week. I talked a lot about energy and, managing your energy well and being able to, pace yourself and knowing when to listen to your body, when enough's enough, when too much is too much. And isn't it interesting? What do they say? I don't ever say this right. They say, you know, how life imitates art, or is it art that imitates life? Who knows? But here's the truth. This week, um, I got to play this out in real time, in real life with myself. So our dishwasher just stopped working, right? Just broke down, of course. So what do? What's everybody else do? You go get a new dishwasher. And so Carmen um, was buying one, and so she said, they can install it for whatever X amount of dollars. I said, are you kidding me? Install it? Why would you have it installed? I've installed dishwashers like lots over the years, so I'll install it, of course, because I have nothing else to do. not, no, not too busy. Um, but anyway, so normally, it's dishwashers are they're not that hard. They're not that hard. So they dropped the dishwasher off. They and they took the old one away. So it was all good to go. Probably take me about half an hour to install a dishwasher. That's kind of my thoughts and what I was thinking. And then I started to work on it. And I got halfway through and I realized it was missing parts. There was missing parts. It's actually missing the whole water connection kit. So I had no hoses or anything. So what went from like a 30-minute job turned into a day and a half, right? Of running to the hardware store, of trying to figure out what parts to get, or trying to understand where those parts are going to go, and what kind of kit I needed, and what was my serial number of my dishwasher. I mean, it went on and on and on, and it was exhausting. It was wildly exhausting, and I realized, you know what? Oh, cheap bugger, right? I mean, I could have paid a few, but I'm like, why would I pay somebody, whatever, $100 to do something that I know I can do, or that I've done in the past so easily? And I didn't count the cost beforehand. I didn't look first. I didn't make sure. I didn't say, hey, Carmen, does it come with the water, like the hose kit? Does it come with all this stuff? I mean, and these are things that, you have to give yourself a break. And I'll be honest, these things frustrate me too. You know, um, when I give my tips, I talk about things. It doesn't mean that I don't go through them, or they don't frustrate me, or they don't drive me bananas as much as they do you. But here's the truth, okay? We're all work in progress. We figure things out as we go. My thing is, I've been doing this for 15 years, so I might have a bit more experience at coping with some of the things that we have to cope with, or dealing with some of the things I've done or gone that we're going through. But I'm still human. So I still have that moment of like, oh my gosh, really? Like, what in the world? As someone said it so eloquently a couple episodes ago, yeah, I get a little pissed off, but that's okay. Because, at the end of the day, it got done, right? It got done. I was exhausted. But, again, I need to learn from these things. And teach myself that. And that's why this is therapeutic for me. And it's funny, you know, I was going to answer a couple of questions as well for that came in this week. And, one of the questions was, how do you what you do, and, not get stressed out or not get frustrated? Well, I do. I'm normal. I'm human. I'm just like you. But, I've learned that I don't want to, like, these moments, like a day of stress. I used to, when I first got diagnosed, I was like depressed and down and out of it for about 5 years. And, um, I don't want to get back to that moment. And so what I try to do is what used to take me a year maybe to get over and come to grips with. I try to narrow that down into months, and months into weeks, weeks into days, days into hours. So I realize, and I'm big on about not wasting time and the time that you have. And that reminder, I always think about this. When I start getting frustrated, I start getting mad or upset, or things are not going right in my mind. And I'm getting so frustrated, aggravated, upset. And if I remind myself, and this is something that you can remind yourself, you're watching this today, you're able. We're able right now. And this time, I don't know how long I'm going to have before I'm not going to be able to do some of the things I already do. So I don't want to waste time. So That's my biggest thing. It's like, is this the best use of my time? And then being frustrated, the best use of my time. I'm telling you, we can't get it back. So I snap out of it very quickly when I think to myself, there's a lot better things I could be doing right now than lamenting about poor me. And I got to get up and do it. So anyway, so it's a weird thing that kind of happened right in the midst of all this, and I got to test myself in real time. But I'll answer some of the questions that came in this week on the videos or on the podcast, and one of them came in from at Sparkalatter, and he said, "How do you do it? How do you put into words exactly what we're PWPs, people with Parkinson's, um, are going through, and how do you do it? How do you put it into completely understandable words?" Well, here's the truth. I'm not a doctor. I didn't go to medical school. I went to, Parkinson's, the hard knocks school of Parkinson's. 15 years ago, there wasn't the technology we have today. 15 years ago, I wasn't being able to find things on Google or on AI or chat, whatever you want to call it, as easy as I could. I had to learn the stuff that I'm going through. So everything I talk about, everything that I discuss, it's because I've been there. I'm with you. I'm like, we're together. We're in this club. We're in this club that I always say, welcome to the club that nobody wanted to join, but since we're here, we might as well make it the best damn club that anybody could find. So I'm in with you, right? I'm going through the same things you are. I'm experiencing the same things you are. I'm experiencing the stiffness. I'm experiencing the tremors. I'm experiencing the crazy thoughts, the brain fog, the losing words. I go through it all. And I want to remind everybody actually that, and I get that all the time. It's like, yeah, but you don't look like it. I get it again. I'd say this a million times, but you know, um, and this actually was one of the comments. One of the comments was, Bryce Unplugged, great. So now we're going to see you in your off times. We're going to see what it really looks like, what the real Bryce looks like. And, here's the truth. And this is really important. And I want you to understand this because I want to practice what I preach, okay? And I'm talking about real, just being real, honest, real talk. But I also talk and teach you guys about mindset and emotions and everything counts. These still count, little things, get some small wins. Well, here's the truth. I don't, my off time's awful. When I wake up in the morning, I can't move. And for me to film that for the sake of showing people that I am actually off, it would be easy. I could get Carmen to turn this camera on and just film me in the morning. I'm slurring my words. I don't talk. I can't move my mouth. I can't. My toes are curled up, and I sound like I'm drunk. Um, and but here's the truth. That wouldn't be good for my mental health because I don't like that time. I don't want to see that time. I'm not like I'm being fake. It just wouldn't be good for my mental health, and I need to protect myself. And my mental health, and that's why I choose to not do that. Not saying I'll never do it, but for now, that's where I'm at. So um, that was an answer to the question. I apologize. I don't have the name in front of me, but hopefully that answers that. And um, I hope and I think you realize, and I know you just want honest truth. So anyway, I say all that to say this is that I'm not a big org. I'm not some organization. I'm a guy. I'm a dude, just like you. And I just chose to start talking and to share my story. We all have a story. You've got a story. I've got a story. I just chose to share it. And what's happening is incredible. There's a great movement of people that are starting to come back alive again and starting to resonate with the message. And I appreciate that. And I don't take it lightly and I don't take it for granted. That's why I appreciate you spending time with me. I appreciate you being part of my journey, and I'm glad that I can be part of yours. Um, and then there was a lot of questions in the comments about the music. Did you write the music, sing the music? Listen, if I sang the music that I write, you wouldn't listen to it, nor would you ever have heard it because I'm not a good singer. I write and I come up and I think and I dream, when I'm in my 3 a.m. club, when I can't sleep. And that's that's where the music comes from. So do I write the songs? Absolutely. Yeah, those are my words. I write them. And, kind of get the vision for the music, but I don't sing on it. But everything else, it's me. And I'm writing songs right now about my journey and about our journey and things that we go through. And I hope that they give you some form of strength, and maybe a rallying cry, a rallying song that you can, you're having a bad day, you can turn it on. It's like, been there, done it. Um, so yeah, there you go. And then someone else about downloading. Where do I get them? Well, we started the Doing Life Today music channel. You can see that. There'll be a link in the description, and it's also on the channel. And you can subscribe there. We're going to put up new songs every day. I think we got Welcome to the Club and Still Counts on there right now. And I'll continue to keep putting that there. It'll be my outlet, but I hope that it's an outlet for you, and I hope that it'll resonate with you guys. And I'm going to put one on probably today or later today, or maybe if I did it in time, but for this to come out, and I'm not going to promise anything, but if I did it in time, there's a song there that is from Carmen's perspective and my perspective. Um, and I really like it. So I'm going to try to get it up for you guys and hope you enjoy it. And hope it's something that you can kind of rally behind and gives you some inspiration and some hope as well. But anyway, that's my life. That's me. That's me in a nutshell. That's what's going on. And I appreciate you. And I thank you. You have no idea how much I thank you and how excited I am that we're on this journey together. And you know what? We'll do this every weekend. We'll do this every Saturday. Let's just have our coffee together. Okay? Right on. So thanks for being here, and I'll see you next Saturday on Bryce Unplugged.